in Jiangsu, and you can see that our paddling teams are ready. Introducing the different teams. Xiuyu from Wenzhou. This is Xinlian Dingchen from Wenzhou. Another team is Zhejiang Ruisai teams. You can see that this is a great environment today. We have very strong sunshine today, but we have a little breeze here on the water, which can guarantee that our paddlers can be in a very good mood. It's a little bit hot today, which may pose a challenge for all the paddlers. This is the 100-meter straight line race, and they can very quickly get into the mood, and they set off, and then they accelerate and rush to the finishing line. So they wouldn't adjust the pace of the paddles. So that is why this is actually very straightforward for all the paddlers. You can see that the race is about to start. We have a drummer sitting at the front of every dragon boat. You can see that the almost rushed to start off, and you can see that they start off to a very significant speed, and I can tell you they are having 120 paddles per minute. All right, this is the final rush. Wenzhou Xiuyu, Xinlian Dingtai, the ranking as the top two. They almost reached the finishing line at the same time. The most important for this 100-meter straight line race is to ensure coherent paces of paddling. You need to synchronize your moves because this is high speed that we are talking about. The boat is sailing at a very high speed, and they need to make sure that when the paddle hit the water, they can truly use their strength to propel the boat forward. Now take a look at the bulletin board, the result of this round of competition, and Wenzhou Suyu is now ranking on top in this team for this round, of course. Now the second team, including Guangdong Ocean University, Sanjiang College, and Changzhou University, among others, Jiangsu Navigation College and Ocean University, they are the local teams in the host place, so they have more knowledge about the water environment, about the temperature here. And Lehe team is another one that we are very familiar with, and they were here since the first China Dragon Boat race. And for quite a number of times, it has made itself to the national round of competition, and it's also in international competitions. And the most striking feature of this team is its acceleration, and also it can ensure very fast pace of paddling, and that is why it has secured so many champions over the years. Shunde Lecong team has long been securing the championship over the years, and the Fuzhou team and Jiujiang team, those two teams, they are very good at long distance. But in recent years, they have brought innovation to their skills, and Shunde Lefu Chigong, they are now both good at short distance and long distance sailing. And now hold your breath, and let's see how this round of competition turns out. It's always difficult for you to balance both types of games very well, and it's like if you're very good at 800-meter and you wouldn't be very good at 100-meter race. And you can be good at both 400 and 800, but you cannot be good at 800 and 100 at the same time. All right, the leading one, obviously, and that is how good the team is. And even when the boat is at a very high speed, then they can grasp the moment, because the boat is very fast, and when the paddle touches the water, you wouldn't be able to use your strength. So that is why you have to paddle faster than the boat goes. Only in this way can you give an acceleration to the boat. If the boat is static in the water and you give a very gentle paddle, then it will generate some propulsion. But if the boat is at a very high speed, it will require an even faster pace of paddling. So that's how good the team is. So you can see that we have been focusing on the drummer, Liu Guchang. He is truly the helms person of this team. He has been serving as a drummer for 20 years, and he has even secured a gold medal in a world championship for racing. And we also have a steerer, Li Guishen, both of whom are very experienced athletes. So for Lecheng Longgong, who is a traditionally very professional team, and for every 3 to 5 years, and they phase out the old batch of athletes and they inject the team with new blood. For the helmsperson and the drummer, they wouldn't change that often. And the good helmsperson, they can be in the game for quite some years, and some of them, they are still serving as the drummer, even at the age of 50 and 60. And now you can see this is the youth women's team. This is a 100-meter straight line race. And we have Liaodong Daxue Guangdong Ocean University, Liaocheng College, and Guangdong Dayangwan. And we also have local teams from Yancheng and Jiangsu University and Jiangsu Navigation College. And Liaocheng College team is one with the most experience. And you can see that Liaocheng University used to give us very surprising results in the past. This is Guangdong Ocean University, Changzhou Engineering College, Yancheng Golf Team, Changzhou University, Jiangsu Navigation College. So for all the dragon boats to start off, you have to be as static as possible, but there is no physical starting line on the water, and you need to rely on your visual and the referees who are positioned on both sides of the race. And you can see that when they are ready, and they will give you instructions about the specific positions that you need to hold. And once the signal is given, the acceleration is remarkable. All right. started. Jiangsu College, you can see that it's not quite to the position. This relies actually on the coordination between different members and the synchronization of their movement. You need to ensure that you are sailing along a straight line, and this is actually very crucial. If you travel a different line, that would take you much more time. So you can see that Liaocheng University is truly demonstrating its synchronization and coordination and team spirit, so that's why it secured the first position for this round. And Guangdong Ocean University number 3, Changzhou University number 4. For Liaocheng University, it has multiple years of experience in the game, and in previous years of youth women's competition, it used to be the #1 or top-ranking teams, and many of the athletes after graduation, they became professional athletes of Dragon Ball race, and many of them ended up in professional teams. So if you're in a professional team, you can be guaranteed of professional trainings and schedules of very strenuous efforts. But for college students, they don't have much time to exercise or practice, and they have to take the most of their spare time after class. So the training is not so systemic, but relatively speaking, they are better at thinking. They can devote themselves to the game, and they can coordinate with each other much better. They don't think the game as boring as the others in the game because look, this exercise is an exit from their very monotonous learning schedule in university. And now let's take a look at the youth men's team, and we have also 6 boats in this team, and you can see that this is Dayangwan College, and we also have Dongbei Electricity College and a tropical university, and these are very familiar names. And this is Dongbei Electricity University. On this water, they used to be one of the greatest achievers and performers. This is Changzhou Engineering College. And this one is the Tropical Ocean College. So Dongbei Electricity College and Liaocheng University, these are the best teams, I would suppose or assume. And they have many years of experience in this game. They're very representative, and they are also very similar in terms of skills to Beiheng University. So they have been very systemic. They have accumulated a lot of very professional experience over the years on their mark, are ready to go. For Dongbei Electricity University, for example, for quite some years, they have been one of the best performers in youth men's team and also in the adults group. And you can see that they are the 2 leaders, and Liaocheng University is really doing very good, and Dongbei Electricity University is doing much better in synchronization, and they almost reached the finishing line at the same time. You can see that after the initial 3 paddles, and they were truly on a path towards victory. You can see that each paddle and each roll is truly giving them a lot of propulsion. And all right, later at the 200-meter and 500-meter race, we will see which team has the most potential. And you can see that the front-running boat actually slowed down a little bit at the point of 2 to 3 meters to the finishing line, and you can see that the athletes, they are very well organized, coordinated, and synchronized, and I can say that Liaocheng University truly was taking a lead for the first 20 meters, but then Dongbei Electricity University quickly caught up. But I believe Liaocheng University was the first one to reach the finishing line. I can expect very fierce competition between the two teams for 100 meters, but later in 200 and 400, we can expect much more. All right, this is the result. And later, we are going to have the straight line race for professional women's group. And we have Shanghai Ocean University, and also Liaocheng University and Dongbei Electricity University. And these are the universities that have the best Dragon Boat races. They have very good results at the level of university, and they are a dominant presence in this game. Many of their members, they are also racing in professional competitions, and this is truly very difficult. We have Shanghai Ocean University, Jinhua Women's Team, Dongbei Electricity University, and Tianyang Haijiao, a mineral water brand that has organized the team. The mineral water team is actually one from Sanya group or Sanya team, and in the past they have also secured many good performances. Jinhua Women's Team is also a remarkable team at the China Dragon Boat race, and they used to be one of the top 3 teams. Tianyang Haijiao Mineral Water set off to a good start with a very frequent race of paddling. It's less synchronized, but they truly got off to a good start. For this round of the competition, Liaocheng University, I believe, this is the first one, but maybe the mineral water team caught up. All right, now you can see the result at the bottom left corner. Liaocheng University is the number 1, followed by the mineral water team, and then Dongbei Electricity University. And you can see there is a drastic difference for the bottom ranking teams. All the great performers are similar to each other, and all the bad performing teams each have their own problems. Liaocheng University is the first one reaching the finishing line, and the helmsperson is Pan Jin for Liaocheng University. The drummers, they keep changing. This is quite different from the professional teams. Zhou Guichao, for example, has been a drummer for quite some time, for 20 years. So he's very experienced. But for college teams, they have very frequent changes for the drummer and the steerer. Because college students, they are in college just for 4 years. They come and they go, and so they cannot ensure stability for the position of the helmsperson and the steerer. So now this is the preliminary round for the Elite Open. That's the first team on the line. Number 2, Suzhou Longjiang. Number 3, Wenzhou Pingyang Pannan. And number 4, Xinhui Hongdatang, which is a familiar name in this race. Number 5, Yicheng College. So these are very familiar names in a race, and this is Yicheng College. They come to this race quite often over the years, so that's why they have made themselves known. So this is the Elite Open, and they present very mixed styles of racing, and so you can see that they have both male paddlers as well as female ones in one boat. Xinhui Hongdatang is the leading one. It's very much mature in terms of skills and experience. So this is a highly professional team, and it has been to many of the professional competitions, both at home and abroad. And so that is why in this team, it's keeping an obvious competitive edge. And it's racing along a straight line, and it's very well organized and synchronized. So this is not surprising to any of us. And now, the 100-meter semifinals for professional men's group, because we had two teams, and so the top 2 ranking teams will make it to the semifinal. Sanjiang College, Lejinqiyu Jiangsu Navigation College, and Jiangsu Ocean University. These are the 4 competitors at the semifinals. Now the game has started. This will become more fierce a competition. Yuejin Qiyu, you can see that the team has got off to a good start, and the Guangdong Ocean University is also catching up. This is the final push. All right, Guangdong Ocean University is the second one at the finishing line. So in general, Yueqian Qiyu and Shunde Cong Longgong, there's a big gap between them, but in Guangdong, there is always a long tradition in dragon boat racing. The same is true in Wenzhou of Zhejiang province, and there is a very good public basis for that. And the Le Qingqi finished at 23 seconds, 324 milliseconds. This is the second group of the semifinals for professional men's 100 meters. We have only 3 boats for this round. This is also the last round of semifinals for 100-meter straight line race, professional men's group. The race has started. So they got off to a equal start. It's very stable. For the first 3 to 4 pedals, they were exactly the same, and so no team is obviously faster than the other. You can see that they almost finished at the same time. Wenzhou Xianlin Dingtai finished at first. All right, this is the end of the semifinals for the 100-meter straight line race, a professional men's group. And later we're going to have the 200-meter straight line race. And stay tuned. We're going to come back later. So we have just completed the 100 straight line meter race, and the Yancheng Station of the China Dragon Boat Race competition has attracted more than 800 athletes from 30 teams. And we have not just 100 meter, we also have 200 meter, 500 meter straight line, and a 1,000 meter round trip race. Each and every year at the Dragon Boat Festival, we bring you to different cities and we show you the different customs celebrated there. About the Dragon Boat Festival, there are knowledges maybe you do not know. And do you know when can we date back to the very first holiday of Dragon Boat Festival? If you want to know this uncommon knowledge, you can scan the barcode on the screen and run a test for yourself. Coming back to Yancheng, apart from rice puddings, the locals also drink yellow wine, and they also hang up a portrait of Zhongzi. And we found out that Dragon Boat race is becoming more and more popular because it's a combination of many of the fine elements of traditional culture. The dragon head is just like the elements used in architectures of Forbidden City and all the ancient palaces. And if you are rowing on a boat, you see a picturesque view of the water, the river and the waterfront and the trees. And so bearing in mind that the boat can be easily capsized, and this is showing you the relationship between the people and the ruling regime. So this is truly containing a lot of philosophy of Chinese governance. And coming to Yancheng, we can truly get immersed in the traditional Chinese culture. And later, we're going to show you a clip about the customs of Yancheng celebrating the Dragon Boat Festival. On the fifth day of the fifth lunar month, we celebrate the Dragon Boat Festival with rice puddings and also sashes and Dragon Boat race. So this is telling you the tradition of Yancheng in Jiangsu province for this festival. It also tells you how deeply fond they are of the Dragon Boat Festival. And not long ago, there was a video clip showing some very adorable, chubby little kids rowing the boats. And this video quickly went viral online. And people got to know how they are attracted to this game, and they also are deeply impressed about how the traditional Chinese culture is flourishing in this part of the country. And now let's take a look at this clip. As we approach the Dragon Boat Festival, we are getting into the season of Dragon Boat Festival. his kindergarten in order to let the kids to know more about traditional culture. They transformed a swimming pool into a racing competition venue, and the little kids they paddle to push forward the boat, and they have a helmsperson and steerer at the end of the boat. They have the boys' team and the girls' team. Once again, they are demonstrating the vibrance and vitality of the Dragon Boat race in Guangdong of China. Following the drum beats and the yells on waterfronts, they hit the paddle in the water with all their strength. And although they have been just learning this for one semester, but Chen Zhida, 6-year-old, has managed all the skills. From this game, I learned not to give up. When I grow up, I will become a professional paddler. I will paddle in much bigger rivers and lakes. And the little kids, they don't know how to turn around in the water, and they have very tender arms and hands. They're not yet the professional ones, but they are on a journey to become very professional ones. So through this game, we educate the young kids about the local culture so that we can plant the seed of culture in their tender mind. So this is the clip that we were talking about, and now let's come back to the sports scene. Now we have finished all the matches related to the 100-meter straight line race, and later we're going to present you the 200-meter race for different groups. And I will now hand it over to our commentator on site, Liu Xinyu. China Media Group, China National Central Television, welcome back. This is the China Dragon Boat race. We're at Yancheng Station of Jiangsu Province. This is a sunny morning. And this is Yancheng. We're going to bring you the 200-meter race for different groups. In the 100-meter race just now, all the teams performed very well. And they have in general demonstrated the skills that they possess and also the team spirit that they have. So this is the 200-meter straight line race. You can see that the first group is the youth women's group. We have a couple of universities, and you can see that they are ready to start. Liaocheng University and Yancheng Golf, the very competitive teams, and the Yancheng University as the host team. They know best about the water, about the local environment. So this is Liaocheng University. And number 4 is Changzhou University. And number 5 is Yancheng Golf. Number 6, Hangzhou Engineering College. On a countdown of 1 minute. As we introduced earlier, professional teams, they are guaranteed with professional training schedules with systematic exercises on a daily basis, and they have very professional people in their team. And for universities, they have their own features. For example, Dongbei Electricity University, they have a national research base for Dragon Boat race. Liaocheng University, which has a major about canoe sports. And many of the athletes from the university, they graduate to become professional ones. And many students, if they have the experience in previous games, and you can become a member of their program, and when they recruit students from across the nation, they look at what experience you have before university. You can see that Liaocheng University is easily the #1 for this round of competition. In the preliminary round, you can see that Liaocheng University truly secured the championship very easily. So Liaocheng University got off to an early start. It's very steady when all the paddlers put their paddles on the water. And in the water, you can see that the paddling of the right depth and the pushing and propelling the boat forward along a straight line. All the paddlers are well corresponding to the helmsperson and the steerer at the back of the boat. It's very good pace, and you can see that they are leading by big margins. And I believe that at the youth women's group, at the final round of competition, there should be no surprises because they are leading by one boat's length, and it's very hard for them to lose the match. All right, this is the first round of the semifinals of the professional men's group, 200 meters. In comparison to 100 meter, 200 meter can be much more strenuous. So bear in mind, we are talking about a very exciting game, and so it's also very short, 100 meter, 200 meters, and it's an aerobic exercise. For 200 meters, we're talking about maybe 1 minute or more than 1 minute, and when you reach the 30s or 40 seconds, and you would become very exhausted. And that was the moment when you probably will slow down the pace of paddling. Because this is an aerobic exercise, and you will have very sore muscles and bones. Because inside your body, the lactic acid is accumulating to ensure that the exercises and movements are coherent. You truly need to go through a lot of trainings, and for 100-meter race, your lactic acid doesn't accumulate until maybe you finish the game. So it's quite different. It's just like for Usain Bolt to switch from 100 meter to 200 meters race, it can be very difficult. It's even unimaginable for you to jump onto 400 meters. So this is the professional men's team, 200 meters. We have a couple of teams from universities, and you can see that one team is obviously maintaining a lead. Guangdong Ocean University finished first, followed by Liuqing Qi finished first, followed by Changzhou University, then Sanjiang College, and then Jiangsu Navigation College. So Yuexin Qiyu was faster than its opponents. So coming to the 200 meters, and you don't need that frequent pace of paddling. And what you need to ensure is a smooth start. For professional women's 200 meters, we already had that. We have 2 winning teams, so that is why we just start covering with the semifinals. Now the next round. Two minutes countdown. Wenzhou Xinlian Dingtai, number 1. Number 2, Guangdong Ocean University. Number 3, Zhejiang Rian Sucheng. Now 1 minute countdown. Now let's take a look at this group. So they're using this very standard dragon boat. And for the professional team, they have 22 paddlers, including actually 1 helmsperson and 1 steerer at the back of the boat. And for international competitions, they're using 12 persons at 1 team, including 10 paddlers and 1 helmsperson and 1 steerer. And that is the usual and standard configuration at international competitions for 22-member style. This is the normal standard here in China, and that gives you a great visual enjoyment. And according to the standardized Dragon Ball races, and we have Dragon Ball races across the country with varying standards. And on TV and on social media, you can see many such races. For example, we have even a Dragon Ball team that is composed of more than 100 members. China Dragon Ball race is quite different from the very traditional Dragon Ball races, because normally they would feature 40 paddlers, they have a helmsperson, a steerer, and they even have a second helmsperson. And they have many different features across the country. And a senior citizen of the village will sit at the head of the dragon. So the senior citizen figure is just there to pray for good harvest, for good weather across the year, And Dragon Boat Festival is a very important part of our culture. And China Dragon Boat competition has been around for 10 years. And we, as the China Central Television, we have been doing our part, covering this event and promoting this practice across the country. It's a traditional means or format of sport. So we are here to tell the story and to promote this game at the global arena. And we also played a very important part in standardizing the game and in promoting the professionalism of different teams. So we have many different groups. For example, the men's group, professional men's group, and youth men's group, elite open. So globally, they have 12 members in one team. But this configuration has just become so in recent years. They have absorbed elements from the Chinese Dragon Boat Festival and Dragon Boat Race. So in this sense, we are contributing to the standard setting at the global level. So you can see that in China, in recent years, these teams, they are becoming more and more professional. All right, this is the next round of the group, and you can see that we have several different teams and universities. So this is the Dongbei Electricity University, and you can see that, as I mentioned earlier, it's accommodating one of the research centers of China for Dragon Boat. But in recent years, Dongbei Electricity University or Northeast China Electricity University is not in the game. And right now, many of the paddlers, they are freshmen. And Liaoning University is also taking a lead, you can tell. Now the final rush. Ranking on top of this round is Liaocheng University, finishing at 47 seconds, followed by Tropical Ocean College and then Nanjing Business College. All right, this is the Yancheng Station of Chinese Dragon Boat Festival and Dragon Boat competition. And later we're going to bring you more about this match. Please stay tuned.